90% of people are not going to do it. They're not going to get there. And you know why? Not because it's hard.
They don't believe it.
They don't believe, right? They don't believe that they are worthy of it. They don't believe that they can do these things. They don't believe it's for them. Most people do not believe that they are worthy of financial freedom, that they are worthy of great things. They think for one reason or another, right? Society has taught you, your parents have taught you, their schools have taught you, the rich are over there. That's not for me, right? That's how we grew up. I did not believe that I would be super wealthy, right? I think we were gonna do fine. We grew up kind of in that middle class area, and it's like, okay, we'll be all right. But no, we had to grow, literally like grow our financial intelligence. And that's where I wanna go with this tonight, because if we don't put this in perspective, if you don't have that light bulb, pull chain here and think, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm hearing what Brett's saying, like, I actually do believe that I could do this, then it's all for naught, right? Like you're not gonna get anywhere. And honestly, that's why most people are poor, because they don't take the appropriate action, because it really comes back starting with your belief, right? What you believe equals the appropriate actions that you will take. And they can be positive actions towards moving you towards your financial goals, or they could be self-sabotage, right? Like there's this analogy I love of everyone has their own thermostat. Right? Is your thermostat set at 100 degrees where you're just like hustling and working it and just like going after it? Or is it set at like 70? And it's like, as soon as something great happens, you're like, oh man, that was good. Okay, I got this. And then you just kind of chill out and you slow down, because you were getting to like 75, pushing 80, like that's getting a little too warm. I'm getting uncomfortable. My friends are starting to think I'm like maybe too good for them, right? Like I'm having too many good things happening in life. I better back it off. And that's what a lot of people will do. They will actually not take the action. They will not push in through, the hard times and these things, because they don't think that they're worthy of it. So your results, right? The financial freedom or the poverty and everything in between, really those results come back to what type of actions do you take day in, day out, week in, week out? What are your rhythms? And those rhythms and those actions that are become a habitual thing are all because of your beliefs.
I wanted to say that people listening are probably like, oh, it's probably so easy for you guys. You've just always been so well off and whatever else. I wanted to tell you that we started out as servers in restaurants. Okay. Like we literally graduated from college, didn't know what to do. We literally were servers in restaurants, and we bought our first investment with serving money. So I want to just make it real to you that it doesn't matter where you're at now, as long as you start. And before Brett talks about beliefs, I wanted to kind of break down my thought process on kind of what I thought about money, my beliefs about money. My beliefs about money were that it was scarce. There wasn't that much around, and that you had to be a celebrity or a professional sports player in order to have a lot of money and be wealthy. I didn't think that it was for me. I didn't think that it was for anyone in my family. I just believed that we were just going to get a job and just kind of pay our bills and just live that life, right? And so I think that when someone told me about your beliefs toward money, it was kind of like, what do you mean your beliefs toward money? Like, I have beliefs toward money? I didn't even think about that. So I think everything starts with a thought, right? A thought then turns into a belief or a feeling, right? And then that can turn into an action, and then that action creates a result. And so I think my thoughts about money were that they were scarce, right? So my feeling about it was like, oh, well, okay, well, there's not enough for me. So then therefore I didn't take very much action toward it. And then my results were far from where I wanted to be. And so it's kind of this like linear thing that happens, like the dominoes, like, they fall on top of each other, and it all starts with that thought and belief. And so I think this is super important. I think what Brett said is this is the most important aspect about financial freedom is your belief toward money, and your belief that you, I don't want to say deserve it, because I don't like that word, but that you can have wealth and that it's not bad. I think that was also something that I struggle with, that money is like good or bad. It's like there's no morality to money. It doesn't make good or bad choices. It can be put towards good or bad things, but that doesn't make it good or bad. And so I think this is going to be really great for some people to really expand your mind on what you actually do believe about money, because I think once you really are aware of that, then you can make a change.